What is going on YouTube? It's your boy TeeMan here. Today I thought I'd make a quick little video for the people who are asking questions about how I'm progressing and what I've been doing since I had my ACL surgery. So it's been 7 months since the injury, since the surgery even, and I've progressed well. I've been discharged by the physio and they've basically said to me I can go back into playing sports. So I thought I'd make this video and answer some of the questions that you guys have been asking me on my ACL video. So I'll give you some comprehensive answers to those questions, and I'm going to give you a few to-do tips on what to do during your recovery, rehab process, and give you a bit of material on maybe what to purchase during this time, i.e. a balance board, ice packs, resistance bands, etc. I'll put all the links in the description below, which I would recommend you go and buy, because it will help you during your recovery, and it will just speed up your whole recovery process. So I'm going to answer a few of your questions, and then I'm just going to give you some quick tips on how I got to where I am in my ACL stage now, and some of the advice that the physios gave me. So let's get to it. Okay, firstly I'm just going to answer a few of your questions, and then I'll get into giving you some useful tips which you can use during your rehab process. Someone asked me, they are 1 week post-op, and they were just wondering when were you able to go to the gym, both just to do upper body and then to include lower body workouts. To be fair, when I had the surgery I had to keep my body active. So even though I was bedbound, I would say about a week after the surgery I had dumbbells by the side of my bed and I just kept my body active. The reason for doing that is because I didn't want my body to get lazy, because they give you the tablets which make you woozy, then you're bedbound, all the ingredients you need to become lazy. So I was dumbbell curling just to keep my body active, so that was my upper body workout for a few weeks. But I would say to get back into actually doing compound exercises, the bench press and the exercises and the like, it took me about 2.5 to 3 months to actually be able to get back to doing upper body exercises. But most importantly, people probably want to know is when can they get back to doing legs. Okay, so this was really tough because, as you all know, legs, king of all exercises. If you want to get them gains, you've got to do legs. When you do your ACL, you're going to have to put that aside for a few months, because it probably took me about a good 4 months, I'd say, to get comfortable with the squat. I could squat. Initially, at the initial stages, I was doing like 20 kilo squats. That was after the surgery, and even that was a struggle. Today, 7 months after the surgery, I've done 5x5 and 100 kilos. So that is progress. It's all about when you start to feel comfortable doing lower body exercises. Not everybody's the same. I was 1 week ahead of schedule in terms of what my physio said I was capable of doing, but I was always 1 week ahead. Maybe that was because I was training before I had the surgery, unbeknownst to me that I'd actually done my ACL. So everybody's different. Just examine how your body's feeling, and then kind of, lack of better terms, tease the pain just to see what your threshold is. So that was me. It took me about 3 to 4 months to get comfortable with lower body workouts. Upper body only took about 2 months, I'd say, and lower body, to get really into it, about 3 to 4 months. I didn't want to do extra damage to my legs. Don't compare yourself to everyone else. Use it as a bit of a benchmark, but you never know, you could be 2 weeks ahead of someone or 2 weeks behind. So don't use everyone's example as the milestone. So someone else asked, how are you doing now? I'm 7 weeks into my recovery, having had the same operation. I destroyed my ACL playing football and had to wait 9+ months for an operation. Alright, so you saw my video. I had to wait 9+ months, up to a year, to get my surgery. So I'm with you there, man. It is a pain, but it's all worth it in the end. How I'm doing now, you could tell I'm so much more upbeat in comparison to my first video, because I'm 7 months on. I've been discharged, I followed the physio's instructions, and I just kept at it. I'm telling you, it gets seriously boring at times, but you just need to have the end goal in your mind, knowing that I'm gonna get back on the pitch, or I want to get back to doing whatever sport it is that you play. Just keep that in your head as your motivation and your end goal, and you will definitely get there. Don't be brought down by this whole ACL crap, because that's what it is. Keep focused, and you will see the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to your ACL. So yeah, I'm doing all right now. I got discharged last week, and on the same day I went and played football, and I was fine, and I felt like crap the next day. So I'm getting myself slowly back into it, and in a few weeks I'll probably kick ball again and just phase myself back into it, because I don't want to rush anything. It's 7 months. They normally say it takes about 9 to 12 months to really fully recover. It takes 6 months for the ACL graft to become the strongest it can, but really 9 to 12 months for you and your body to fully recover. So I'm feeling great. I'm probably at 90% in the gym now, and I'm playing football again. So yeah. Are you back to playing football and use a knee support? It's a good question, and that was something that was in my mind before I had the surgery and after I had the surgery. Will I require knee support? Will I be one of those guys on the pitch who has this massive Stone Cold Steve Austin brace on his knee? Fortunately, no. I asked the physio, will I need that? And he basically said to me, it's more of a mental thing. You don't want to use a brace if you don't need it, because if you use it, then your body will start to rely on it. So when you are allowed to go back into playing football, I would say don't use the brace, because it's all up here. You've got to be mentally strong enough to tell yourself, I can go do this, I can play without having to use a brace or something similar. So no, I'm not using a brace, and I am back to playing football. Alright, cool. Now I've answered a few of the questions. I'm just going to give you some to-do tips, okay, post ACL. So I had this really good milestone sheet that I followed. I had it on my desk at work every single day, and I was just ticking off the days, the weeks, the months, and you know, really following my progress. So what I would say you guys really need to focus on the first few weeks or even months: ice, or even rice. You gotta rest that leg. What does it bloody stand for again, man? Rest that leg, ice it, compression, elevation. Okay, follow the rice protocol. It seriously reduces swelling, it feels amazing, and it will just allow you to move your knee much more smoothly than you would be able to if you weren't using ice. So definitely get on the ice the first few weeks, months. You can even I can still even do it now to reduce swelling and just improve mobility, but I've just been really off with that at the moment, but I should really get onto it. So I'm going to leave a link down below on a ice compression band that I got off of My Protein, actually. And My Protein, a bit of pain with this. I'm not only been an ambassador for your product, but I'm promoting it. But anyway, I got this product off My Protein. It's just basically an ice pack. You put it in your leg. It's hot and cold. You can wrap it around your leg and just leave it for about 10 minutes. Apply that 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. So get on the ice. So another thing I'd advise you guys to invest in is a balance board. The milestone sheet that I'm going to give you, the link below, will explain when to use it. I think it's about 2 to 3 months in. It basically helps with proprioception. What that is the psychological connection between your mind and your knee, and knowing where you are in terms of space. Like on a pitch, if you're jumping or you're moving, you're pivoting, your mind and your knee are in tandem. Basically, they know what's going on the pitch. If it wasn't, then obviously you'd be moving around on the pitch and your mind would be somewhere else and your leg will probably be on another side of the pitch. It's just all about the psychological connection, and it speeds up ACL recovery, and everyone uses it. There's different forms or different kind of models of this balance board. Some are very difficult. There's one like, it looks like a skateboard on a rolling pin, and there's others which are just circular, have a kind of like a tennis ball shaped plastic thing underneath it. I won't get into technicalities of it, but I'll give you the links and you guys can check those out. So the balance board, I definitely advise you to get that. Will speed up recovery. Also, when you can, start squatting, do agility exercises, figure of eights. Your physio is probably going to tell you this already, but this is what I've been doing. I've been icing, using the balance board. I've been using resistance bands. There's this great exercise the physio told me to do. I call it the compass. It's just basically standing on one leg and hopping north, back into the middle, and then northeast, back in the middle, and basically covering the whole of the compass. Another form of proprioception, and just getting that psychological connection with your knee all over again. And there's other exercises. There's so many I've been doing in chopping and changing in the gym, which have been really aiding the recovery process. And I'm not gonna lie, a few of the days I've been skipping, not doing them, but if you are regimented and you are doing it properly, you should probably do this about 4 to 5 times a week. Yes, 4 to 5 times a week. It can get very boring, but if you want to get back into your sport and you really want to get back into what you're doing and what you love, you have to put the time in. Otherwise, your physio is going to go down the pan and it's going to take you even longer to recover. So make sure you do your physio. Alright, I don't know what else to cover. I'm sure there's so many more things I can tell you guys, but I don't know what to specifically go into. But that was my process and what I've been doing in terms of rehab. You know, the things and the material that I've told you to look into, I'll definitely advise you to invest a few of your hard-earned cash into the items that I've told you to get if you're really serious about speeding up your recovery. And yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. You guys can start a discussion with yourself. Seriously, there's so much information out there on ACL that there is no excuse to not know everything that there is to know about ACL. I'm going to leave the links down below in the description. Go and buy those products. And yeah, for those of you who are going through the ACL right now, seriously, I can speak in hindsight now. When I first done it, you can watch the video. Check the tone of the video when I first done it. My head was somewhere else. But it's all done and dusted now. I'm on the road to recovery. I'm back to playing football. I actually have a smile on my face now. The whole time that I was rehabbing the first month, I was thinking, that's it, football's done, can't go back into sports. But that wasn't the case. I'm back to playing football now. But yeah, you can do it. Just stay motivated and stay on your physio, and always keep in touch with your physio as well. Build a relationship with your physio, because when I was going to my physio, I had 2, 3, 4 different physios, and it got to a point where I said I want to stick with one guy because he will know how I'm progressing, and they actually facilitated that, which was amazing. So yeah, make sure you stick with one physio, because you don't want to have them passing notes around to one another and you debriefing them on how well you're progressing, or what you did last week, or what you need to do this week. It's just, there's no fluidity in that. Okay, so make sure you have one physio. Why does that door keep making noises? So yeah, stay on your physio. You can do it. Just give it a few months. Stay patient. Keep strong. And seriously, guys, help one another out in the comments down below. If you have any questions, then give me a shout. It's your boy TeeMan. Peace.